Hi there. Today, I'm going to be giving you 5 powerful ways that you can be your own Valentine so that you aren't relying on anyone else to help you feel cherished, honored, and especially loved. I have so many clients who, especially during this month of February, when we are celebrating the love month, tell me how they just end up really dreading Valentine's Day because they either don't receive the gifts or the cards or end up feeling the way that they want to feel. And, or if they're single, they especially dread this day because it is in their face that they don't have a romantic partner. But what if Valentine's Day could have a whole new meaning and you actually looked forward to this day as a day to feel and experience and cultivate self-love in a whole new way? And if we're meeting for the first time, my name is Jennifer Jimenez, and I am the founder and director of the Health and Wellbeing Division of Brave Thinking Institute. Now, I'm curious if you've ever heard of the 5 love languages. Is this something that you've heard of, or is this something new? Dr. Gary Chapman, who is a PhD and the best-selling author of the 5 Love Languages series. This book has sold over 20 million copies worldwide, and it has been translated into 50 languages. So definitely this book has hit a chord around the world. And in this book, he talks about 5 love languages. And today I'm going to be unpacking these love languages, not so much as a way for you to express love to others or for others to express love to you, but what if you could learn these 5 love languages as ways to cultivate even more unconditional self-love? So the first thing I'm going to do is survey you. So if you have a pen and a piece of paper handy, you're going to want to write these down. Even if you've heard them before, you might not remember all 5 off the top of my head. And the first question is, which of these 5 love languages is your primary love language? Now, we usually have one or more primary, and then 1 or 2 that aren't the top primary, maybe are a sub way that we experience love. So here are the 5. Number 1, words of affirmation. These are verbal compliments that express love. Number 2, acts of service. This is an act that easily eases the burden of responsibility on you. So something you normally do that somebody takes over. Number 3, receiving gifts. Of course, these are physical symbols that reflect thoughtfulness and effort and love. Number 4 is quality time, which is focused, undivided attention spent together. And number 5 is physical touch, which I think speaks for itself. So go ahead and write down which of these 5 are your primary love language: words of affirmation, acts of service, receiving gifts, quality time, or physical touch. Go ahead and circle which one you feel is the number 1 way you love to feel loved. Now, I'm going to be providing some ways that you can be your own best Valentine this Valentine's Day or month or weekend. And I would recommend, what if you set a special date with yourself once a month, at least, to cultivate increased self-love? So the first thing would be words of affirmation. Now, to really up the ante in self-love, you might actually do a little bit of each of these to cultivate and increase your sense of self-love. And at the very least, I would recommend paying attention to which one you circled, and then give yourself the gift this month of love of doing one of these things, not for somebody else, not someone else doing it for you, but you doing this, giving yourself the gift of love in this specific language. So for words of affirmation, you would write yourself a love letter, a letter that appreciates you for all that you do for others, for all that you do for yourself, and just general. What if you could write yourself a love letter or an appreciation letter? Or my final and favorite is also the badass list. That is a list of all the things that you feel really great about, things that you've accomplished in your life, things that you've done that help you remember who you are and why you matter. Number two is acts of service. So what if you could think ahead and have someone make a meal for you? It could be a dine in or a dine out. Maybe you hire help for cleaning, hire somebody to come in and organize for you, maybe get your car cleaned and detailed, have someone watch your kids for the day, or do a work swap with somebody, maybe a friend or a neighbor. In terms of receiving gifts, if that is your primary love language, what if you purchased yourself a symbol of love? Maybe it's a necklace, a ring, a watch. I don't know about you, but anytime I buy myself fresh, clean, amazing undergarments, I just feel so loved and so much better. So maybe you buy yourself some new undergarments. Maybe you get a little rock and you write a word of affirmation on it. Could be a picture that is the symbol of love, but thinking about something that you would really love. This ring here that I'm wearing was a symbol of actually a business accomplishment that I wanted. And not this last December, but the December before, I took myself to the mall. I went to the jewelry store. I found the ring and I purchased the ring for me. And I felt so loved and so appreciated and really, really great about giving myself that gift. Quality time. What would it look like for you to invest quality time in yourself? Maybe you sleep until you just simply wake up without an alarm. Schedule time to just do what you love, engage in your hobbies, see a movie by yourself, not waiting for someone else to do these activities with, but do what you would love, eat what you would love, go where you would love. Luxuriate in time doing what you love, whether it be for 30 minutes, an hour, a half day, a whole day, maybe even a whole weekend or longer. Today in our company meeting, our operations director talked about how she'd always wanted to go to Italy, and she scheduled a trip to Italy all by herself. And she talked about how brave that was, how accomplished she felt, and how amazing it was that she gave herself that gift. Now, the last is physical touch, and there are multiple ways to enjoy physical touch. You could schedule a massage. You could schedule a reflexology massage just on your feet. You could just give yourself a little self massage. You could put luxuriating essential oils or lotion on your skin. If you're a man, maybe you could go get a shave and a massage on your scalp, get your, hair washed, get your hair blown dried, something that includes touching the physical body. So these are the 5 ways that you can be your own best Valentine. And the common hour way of looking at this is somebody else needs to love me for me to feel loved during this month of love. The brave thinking way to think about this is to say, I can be my own best friend. I can be my own best Valentine, and to think about, to dream into, and create the love that you seek and desire. And the more you are loved and feel loved, the more you magnetize love to and through you in your life. Now, if you have enjoyed this video, there may be somebody in your circle that needs to hear this message. Please forward this video on to them. If you haven't subscribed yet, please also subscribe to this channel so that we can share with you more brave thinking tips and support and resources. I hope you have an incredible month of love. Until then, think bravely, especially about self-love.